The gentleman from Roanoke City, Mr. Rasoul.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise for a point of personal privilege.
The gentleman has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House. I'd like to thank the gentleman from Henrico and Chairman Jones for their leadership and proactive approach concerning the mental health crisis that we face here in Virginia. I was pleased to hear that there's room for agreement with the governor. And in fact, in the plan just outlined by the gentleman from Henrico, 30,000 individuals will be covered. They'll have case management, which is critical, and there'll be a prescription drug plan, in addition to doubling the funds that we need for our free clinics. But today, in the Roanoke Times, there was an article that was printed telling the story about Amy Hedges, who works in Pinhook, Virginia. She works at Carl's Place with her sister, Christy. See, these two sisters live very similar lives. They work full-time at Carl's Place, which is a little restaurant there. They both have children. They both volunteer in the community. But there's one stark difference. Because Amy has 3 children and Christy has 1 child, Amy doesn't qualify for health care coverage. She falls in this gap that we talk about. Her sister Christy does qualify under the Affordable Care Act for health care coverage. In fact, it's funny because Amy actually falls right in the middle of the gap. She makes $8,000, working full-time, $8,000 too much to qualify for Medicaid, and about $8,000 too little to qualify for subsidies in the federal exchange. The most troubling comment that I hear from time to time is that Amy, who's working full-time already, has 3 children, is a single mother, volunteering in the community, coaches her daughter's basketball team, that she needs to get another job so that way she can afford her insurance premiums. I think that it's insincere of us to be able to go to these individuals and say, Amy, you need to work harder in order for us to be able to help you, because you fall right in the middle of this gap. The big difference between the expansion of Medicaid and any plan that we're putting forward right now is that the state of Virginia will have to foot the bill for about 50% of it right now. But under the Medicaid expansion, as we know, for the next couple of years, federal government will cover 100%. And then by code, we would only have to cover at maximum 10% of the expanded population. Governor Mike Pence of Indiana fought a tough battle in that conservative state, but was able to strike some kind of compromise. And I know that this is a very difficult issue politically for many of us. And I know that we're anxious to help so many in need. But I hope that moving forward, we can keep Amy's story in mind, because those are the people in Southside, Southwest, and Western Virginia that really need us the most. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.